Hey, we are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 83, where we get our weekly dose of hot takes, discuss recent K-pop news and events, and give you the state of the nation. Boom. All right, so hot takes with Harold. So in this segment, my cousin Hot Take Harold's going to come on and give his weekly hot take, and then the crew will react and discuss the hot take. Lego.
You know, actually, Harold actually messaged me last
did?
week. Yeah. He was like, Doug and I bought matching pajamas. So I wonder if he's also going to be in a bathrobe. Oh, there he is. See?
Yeah.
What did I say? Matching bathrobe.
Hi.
Hey, man.
Hello.
Hey, man.
Weekly hot take is performance music videos are oftentimes superior than official music videos. Boom. This hot take was suggested by MC. Shout out to MC.
Shout
M.C. I don't know how to pronounce that name, nor do I care. Boom.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Bye.
Or does he care? He doesn't care. Man. What a
All right,
guy.
so the weekly hot take is performance music videos are oftentimes superior to official music videos, I think is what Harold was going for. So that's an interesting take, right? Y'all know, I'll start off. Y'all know I love performance music videos, right?
Yes.
I agree with this take in certain situations. Not all the time, though. For me, the whole K-pop experience boils down to, like, I weigh dancing and singing almost equally.
Okay. Yes.
Personally, because I think
Okay.
that the performance aspect of K-pop, for me, is one of the big attractions of why I watch K-pop, not
Yes.
just the audio.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I find myself, I watch music videos more than I listen to, like, music on Spotify. I'm a very, like, I'm not a visual person, but I am a visual person in the way I like to consume content.
You're the visual of SojuTalk.
No, that is Anita. We've
No,
set that
that's
straight already.
not.
That being said, when a music video has a decent amount of choreo, I'm okay with the music video. I think that's fine. For instance, Got7's, okay, the fact that I forgot the name after we just talked about it, Not by the Moon, right? Got7's Not by the Moon, which we
Yes.
covered this week. There's a lot of choreo in that music video. I think that is
Yeah.
adequate. I think that's fine. But there's some music videos where you get all story, no dancing, and then I'm like, well, I oftentimes say, like, I find myself saying, let's just wait till the performance video comes out, and then I could give a good review of this song, right? For me, I do sometimes prefer, I don't say all the time, but a good percentage of the time, I do prefer the performance videos over the official ones. Like, maybe it's because a lot of these groups, I'm not super invested in the specific members, and you got to think a lot of times music videos are straight like fan service. We're gonna do like a one-shot close-up, right? One-shot close-up.
Oh, yeah.
When at the same time, like, there is choreo going on when they perform the song, right? But instead in the music video, they're giving you like a close-up here. So because of that, for me, I do oftentimes feel that performance music videos are superior because I get a full, like, taste of what they're actually going for. What about you? What are your initial feelings about this hot take?
I guess it really boils down to personal taste, right? Like,
Yeah.
because I'm not a big choreo guy. I'm not a big dance person. I don't. My least favorite parts of a music video is typically when there's a 5-second or longer shot of them dancing. At that point,
Really?
at that point, I'm just like, I mean, you know, I think it's pretty cool when they're, you know, waving their arms around and, you know, jumping up and down.
What?
But I'm not really watching a music video. I'm not the type to look at performance videos, you know. I'm not the type to, you know, look at, you know, videos of people dancing for like 4 minutes straight. I you know, like, you know, those like training videos, like practice videos where in their practice rooms and they're like in like comfy streetwear clothes and shoes. I don't know. They never had a big appeal to me. I feel like K-pop has a lot more things than just music and dance. I think it's a whole entertainment format that has encompasses a lot more. And you know, performance videos only appeal to a certain aspect of that. They might be entertaining, sure they might be really good at dance, and if you're really into dance, good for you. But I feel like K-pop is a lot more. Like, it can have cool cinematography, you know. It can have funny moments, you know. Remember Hold by, you know, Winner. But when I watch a performance video, I'm just, you know, watching them dance for like 4 minutes while the music is playing. And at that point, I'd rather just listen to the music you know, because I want to, pay attention to the music. I don't want to, like split my attention two ways with the dance and with the music. And again, if you're into the dance, I guess that works out for you, But like, I feel like performance videos, they only cater to a certain aspect of K-pop. Like it could, like I said, it could be funny. It could be sensual. It could be sexy. But like,
no.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yo, Whoopa, stop.
But you guys get the idea, right? You guys get the idea. Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure there are cases where the music video is horribly made to the point where I would rather just watch them, dance for like 3 minutes straight. But that's very rare. So
you're fine with like a music video that, like, let's say there's a song has choreo, but they just give us 4 minutes of exposition and stories. You're okay with that?
If it makes sense, if it adds on to the experience, yeah, why not?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna assume Anita's more on my side.
Yeah.
Because I know she really likes dance and
I do.
K-pop choreography. So what do you feel about this take?
Well, okay. I guess I'm gonna pick at the wording of the tape.
My God, not again.
Because inherently, I don't think performance videos are meant to be superior or should be considered superior to the music videos. Just because, I don't know. I feel like they're usually seen as something additional, right? Like
Yeah,
they
that's
release
true. That's true.
like the main music video, and then a couple days later they release a performance version of the same set, same outfits usually.
Yeah, let me make a distinction here, because Warren was talking about like when they're in there, there's like I personally think there's like 3 things going on here, right?
Okay.
You got performance video. What I consider one is when you're in your stage outfit from the music video and it's on the set and it's like a wide shot. Maybe you'll change the like to the different sets, but you're like in the stage outfits, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fixed
Then we have a
camera,
practice video when you're in the studio, your company's building, you're wearing practice stuff, right?
Yes.
I agree that is lower form than like a music video or a practice video, performance video, right?
Okay.
So I'm putting like performance video, actual music video at the top, right?
Practice.
The next level down for me is like stages at music shows, right? That's the next level for me.
Wow.
And then below that is like practice.
Okay.
Okay, so your rank of order of preference is filmed like dance videos, like choreo videos, then music show videos, and then practice videos.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Let me reiterate this. So at the top, right, you got the official music video, you got the performance video, because they're both taken on the same set in the same outfits.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Next tier down is when you got your things like studio chum does, right? Things like that.
Oh.
Or on a stage. So those are like more like stage performances, right? You might be in the stage outfit, but it's not at the set, right? That's the next level down. And then finally on the bottom, I got like you in the practice, you in your sweatsuits, you're wearing a hat, whatever. You're just doing the dance.
Right.
I personally feel there's like 3 levels of like videos that go out that have to do with them. Anita, like, do you also feel there's like a spectrum, or do you consider like all of it the same?
Well, I guess like we're mentioning, it kind of does depend on what you like, but for me, I know that there are certain groups where I immediately want to go like, I'm waiting for the practice video to come out because I want to see the choreography from a fixed camera perspective, or I hope that they release a performance video so that you get to see a little bit more of the choreo.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that I'm actively searching for those kind of videos from all of the groups. I think it depends, because I know for me there's certain groups where I'm like, oh yeah, I know I like their choreography most of the time. I didn't get to see it as much in the main music video, so I'm waiting for either a performance, a live stage, or a practice video to get a better look. But having said that, I don't think that they're superior, because I do feel there's a certain extent of editing and set design, everything that happens with main music videos, and I do feel like they add, like, the main music video adds something, even if it's not showcasing the choreography. It's usually either a storyline or like very, very aesthetically pleasing shots, like outfits, sets. So I don't know. I see the pros for music videos that don't necessarily focus on choreography. So I don't think that they're lesser if they do that. But I guess I do actively search for performance videos as well. But it depends. It depends on the group. It depends if I like the choreo, if it looked interesting. Yeah.
I kind of want to, do what I usually do and bring up a food analogy if that's cool with you guys.
Oh my god. Okay, food man, go.
I've been watching a lot of like sushi videos recently. Like omakase stuff, like just like people making sushi, I haven't had sushi in a while.
Okay.
I've been missing sushi. Here's the thing. There when you go to a sushi restaurant, when you go to a Japanese sushi restaurant, there are two types of people. Well, there's technically three types of people. There's always a type of people, group of people who've never had sushi, haven't had sushi a lot, there are people who don't really know much about sushi, or in our case, K-pop. There are people who know what they want. They are very straight-minded. They're just like, you know what? Today I want some tuna, nothing else, just tuna. So they get the tuna set B. It's usually about like $21 or so. It's got a couple rolls, a little bit of nigiri, just tuna. Then there are the people who get the general combo set. A little bit of salmon, a little bit of squid, a little bit of a little bit of tuna,
variety,
a little bit of the variety, omakase style. The chef just puts out what he thinks is right in the full product. That's how I kind of view this, right? A normal music video has a taste of everything. You get to learn the members.
Yeah.
You get to hear the song. You see a little bit of choreo. There's a little bit of a story going on. There's a cult. There's a little bandwagon riding out into the Western theme. It's like that. However, if you are the person who doesn't like squid, who doesn't like egg tuna, egg sushi, you don't like salmon, you only enjoy tuna. Then you get the tuna set, which in our case is the choreo video.
That sometimes is released, yeah.
So that kind of makes sense, right? It'll be a good fit for people who want that, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily superior. I want the full experience. I want the main experience that they put out.
So you want you want what the company wants to put forth. You want them to be like, let me show you what we want to show you. Right.
Essentially. Right. I will go into the experience. I'm not going to alter it. I'm sure like the producers and the staff, put in a lot of effort into making this final product. I'm sure they put in a lot of effort into the dance video as well. But the main thing, is the omakase style. It's the combo.
I guess it's just for me.
First thing on the menu.
I'm not big into lore and exposition. Y'all know
that's true.
I'm not either.
For instance, it's like G-Friend's Crossroad, right?
Right.
Did I think it was fine? Yes, but there was no dancing in the entire music video, right? And for me, one of the major attractions of G-Friend is the dancing, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, all right, I think they could have made the music video called like the story video. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Oh,
and
two
then
versions?
they could have given me something with a lot of dancing, because I did see the choreo for it. It's great, but because it's not the music video, I don't know if a lot of people saw that choreography. That's my point being made there. I do agree with you that it really comes down to personal preference. But I don't know if I'm alone in this, but I feel like a lot of K-pop listeners are in it for the dancing too. Unlike Warren.
I feel like a lot of the Western fans are.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel that way. I do think these days a lot of the performance music videos are so high in quality that like the lines are being blurred between the music videos and the performance videos, because they bring out the good camera still. They do close-ups and stuff like the music video, so it's not just like a wide shot anymore, right? Warren just spilled water everywhere on himself. There was just like a waterfall, and now he has left the I'll just keep talking.
Yeah, let's keep going.
There are now like performance videos that are not being made by the company themselves. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like Dingo Music, as I mentioned before, Studio Choom. The level of the content they're putting out now is almost performance video, like in-house level, right? It's crazy, the stuff that's coming out now. As I've said, I don't know if this is gonna wrap up the conversation or not. I personally feel that it does come down to what you like, but for me, I do prefer the performance stuff sometimes and I wouldn't even say sometimes, a majority of the time more than the music video, because there's a lot of lore that I, number one, just don't understand or don't care to understand, right?
Mm-hmm.
And number two, sometimes I'm like, oh, it looks like they were about to do a cool move, but then we just got a close-up of someone, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. As the other person in the crew who does like dance, you're on the fence too about this, right?
Yeah, like I said, it really depends for me, like who it is that I'm like whose music video it is, and what I'm interested in as far as choreography. But I do feel like, how should I say it? At least comparable to each other, performance and music video. I don't know if I would go as far as saying as superior.
I agree with that. Okay.
But very much at the same level at this point.
I'm back.
Hi, Warren.
Did you number one? How much water did you spill, and how is it on everything?
No, it's okay. It was coffee. That's okay.
Wait, correct me if I'm wrong. There are sometimes you don't even watch the music videos for songs, if we're not covering them.
Sorry, could you repeat the question one more time?
You consume most. I remember back in the day, you'd be like, I didn't even watch the music video, fam. I just listened to the audio version, right?
It'll happen. It'll happen a couple times every now and then, but normally I watch the music video.
No, but for me, that's unfathomable. Like, to not watch the music video. That's just like the difference in opinion. Like,
I guess, yeah.
I don't think I will never like unless I'm in a rush or I literally cannot watch YouTube at the moment. I 100% watch the music video, 100% watch the performance or a live stage of almost every song in K-pop, like every 8 track.
I mean, you know, when you and I review songs, you usually talk about the music video. You usually talk about like the visually the things happen. I usually talk about the arrangement, and like rarely I talk about Converse shoes, you know, stuff like that.
Audio, yeah.
Right. I normally talk about the song. So I think that comes out in there. You know, I see it this way. I see the music to be K-pop at the end of the day. At the core is music. And then everything else on top of it, like the music video, the choreo, it's I wouldn't quite say it's complimentary, but it adds on to the experience and makes something greater. There's always it's always a higher investment, higher output. Yeah,
I guess this take, the performance music videos are oftentimes superior to official music videos. It really comes down to what you weigh more heavily, right? If you're someone like Warren who's really hard looking at the music and the composition, or if you're someone like me who sees the performance as equal almost to the music, that's where you would fall on this take, right?
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess that wraps that up. Shout out to MC for suggesting this. If you have a hot take you want to suggest, let us know. You could put in the YouTube comments. You can message me on Discord or put it on our SojuTalk Discord. You could email us. All those options are great. Harold is always looking for more spicy takes because although he is someone who is always enraged about K-pop, he does not have infinite ideas himself. He is still a human. All right, let's move on to the news and events from last week. So the first one, NCT Dream comeback and reorganization. So SM announced a member reorganization for NCT Dream. On April 14th, SM announced that NCT Dream will be making a comeback on April 29th with their final album before the team's reorganization. What? So NCT Dream's upcoming new mini album will be titled Reload, containing a total of 5 new tracks. So this new mini album will mark the group's final comeback with the current lineup with the members Runjin, Jeno, Haechan, Jaemin, Chunla, and Jisung, right?
Yeah.
Here's where it gets interesting. Going forward, the NCT Dreamers, which is what I'm calling them, plus the re-edition of former member Mark, will continue to promote together in a similar format to NCTU using the NCT Dream team name. So they are going to be like, they will still be NCT Dream, right? But they will be more like a permanent group. So essentially, it seems that SM is getting rid of the age-based graduation system for NCT Dream. Lastly, NCT Dream members, the current members that are not active in other NCT groups, will become members of new NCT teams in the future.
Right.
Okay. So it's like an exclusive thing now.
Yeah, so there's 3 things here, right? Number 1, we're getting a comeback. That's great, right? Number 2, we getting rid of the age system. We re-adding Mark. Number 3, if you're a member in NCT Dream and you're not in any other things right now, you're going to be added to things in the future.
Right.
there's a like.
There's a lot going on here.
Am I wrong in saying that it feels like SM is admitting that the graduation system was an oof?
I think this is yeah. No, I think it's them admitting it's an oof.
Right? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I think for me, I wasn't like a huge fan of the setup for NCT Dream just because I don't know. I don't really like graduation systems for groups.
Yeah.
But to me, this whole news, it just brought the attention as to the pressure fans had. Because if I remember correctly, since the last comeback NCT Dream had, which was Boom, people were kind of saying like, "Oh my God, they're gonna graduate next year, and it's just gonna be weird because there's gonna be less members, but they haven't added any new members to NCT Dream that would qualify in the age group." So I don't know. People were a little concerned. They were saying we need OT7, the original 7 that were in Dream.
Mm-hmm.
So it just feels like a lot. Well, when I heard the news on social media, a lot of people were saying like, "Oh my gosh, we won!" As like the fandom saying, "Oh, like we won, we got what we wanted." And I don't know. It's a little concerning because yes, it's really nice that the consumers, I guess, the people who enjoy this group are seeing the members they like, but it also feels like I don't know exactly what SM had planned, so I'm guessing like, are things changing now? Like, are they just taking the opinions of the audience, which is not a bad thing, but like the audience is not privy to everything that goes on behind the scenes, right? Like what's set up for a new unit, like who is lined up to debut or not, and if that changes anything now. So I don't know. I think they were at the company was at a point where it was a struggle whether like do you move on with what you had planned, or like do you change things to please the fans? I don't know. It's a very tricky situation, I think.
Let me just be honest. I find the whole NCT system to be confusing, right? Like, as someone who's not like really into NCT, it's just confusing. So there's 3 to 4 subunits, whether you include Wavy in core NCT or not, right? Essentially, you got you, 127, and Dream. There's a ton of overlap between you and 127 specifically, right?
Yeah.
I think other than 10, Utah, Johnny, and Lucas, right? They're all, if you're in you're in 127 essentially for the majority of the time.
Yeah,
they also released an album under just NCT at one point.
Yeah, and then you got Wavy, who other than 10, Win, and Lucas, you're only in Wavy, right? So 4 of those guys are only in Wavy.
Right.
Then you got Dream, where let's see, Renjin, Jeno, Jaemin, Chunla, and Jisung are only in Dream, right? And then Haechan is in almost everything, and Mark is in all the Korean stuff as well, right? Yeah. And if Mark spoke Chinese, they'd probably throw him into Wavy as well. Let's just throw that out there. It's just confusing, right? Like, we almost had a hot take one time that NCT's biggest detriment was this unit system, right? That was one of the potential takes.
Right.
I honestly feel that NCT as a thing, right? There's just so many good things about it, and this unit thing has really convoluted a lot of it. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, I agree with you.
No,
NCT has brought up, like, I think they have had the best line of boy group songs in the last decade. I've literally enjoyed everything they put out. Very like trend pushing. They're edgy in terms of experimentalism, but they also have songs that can capture everyone's ears. And it's the stupid system with graduation and just rotation and, Mr. SM putting in whoever he wants that nobody wants. The fans don't want it. The members don't want it. Who wants it?
The thing that's ridiculous is, to me, Super Junior, they tried to do a unit thing. Right? EXO tried to do a sort of unit thing, right?
Didn't work.
Okay, yeah.
And then we tried a third time. By the third time, you'd be like, all right, let's just not do it.
This is not the third time. This is the fourth time. They tried to do it since HOT. They were going to do a graduation system with HOT.
Oh, yeah.
People hated
No.
it. People hated it 20 years ago. Why are they doing it now? Do they think we're going to like it all of a sudden?
Here's the thing. I feel like it just sucks, right? Because if people who are casual K-pop listeners who are not gigantic or big NCT fans are confused, that's defeating the purpose, right? That's like, sorry. That was not Corona cough. We good. We healthy. We good.
Nobody said anything.
It was watered down the wrong pipe. We good. Am I happy that Mark is getting re-added to Dream? I don't know. To be honest, I think he is great in anything he does, right? Because he is Mark. But and then they worded it oddly, saying that the members, so Renjin, Jeno, Jaemin, Chunla, Jisung, who are only in Dream right now, they said they're either going to be added to existing units. I don't know if they're only going to be doing that or they're going to make new units, right? We don't know exactly what's going on there.
Yeah.
If you add even more units, then we're going to have maybe 5 or 6 NCT units. That's too much, right?
Yeah, I don't see. Nah. They should. Here's what they should have done. They should have done NCT 127. They should have done NCT They should have done NCT Dream with separate members each, and just
That's what you want?
Sorry, what?
Did you mean fixed members per unit?
Right. They should have had fixed members per unit and just call them groups under the same umbrella or something.
And then once in a while release a song together, right?
Right. They could. It'll be like the Avengers. They collab together. Come together, big party. Everyone's there. Not like I'm gonna be in this comeback, but not the one after. But I'll be back for the one after. No, we don't want that. Who wants that?
I'm looking at the There's a chart on Wikipedia of the members and the units. It's not clean. Let's just say that. It's confusing.
Yeah, a Venn diagram.
I don't know. It's one of those things where NCT on paper is a top 5 boy group entity, right?
Right.
But because of how confusing and broken up the group is as a whole, I feel like it takes away from the whole. I think because they are from SM, right? And because of their extreme amount of talent, right?
Right.
I should be all right, NCT, it should be a top 3 thing. It really should. And it just feels like, as much as I want to say NCT is the top of K-pop, on paper, I should be speaking about BTS, 17, and NCT as the top. I think on paper right now.
Right. Theoretically,
I think based on company and the songs they've released and that type of thing. But because they release songs as they release songs as 127, they release songs as Dream, right? I don't attribute those songs to NCT as a whole. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what I think is unfortunate.
And you know what? The counter proof of that is how people say that NCT Dream is the most popular unit in NCT.
Oh,
they have big sales. They have big sales and
I guess maybe this goes to an argument to what you're saying
Okay.
though. NCT Dream had the most stable lineup because they didn't keep adding people.
Right.
And it wasn't until the graduation system that I don't know.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying. This is proof that they need a stable lineup. The group with the most stable lineup had the best sales. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so.
Well,
I really don't think so.
I think this whole situation just sucks for everyone. It sucks for the members because they're spread out thin and
it's not their fault. It's
obviously no.
Creative direction.
Yo,
SM was so ambitious with this.
You know what was super sad?
What was super sad?
NCT Dream had a concert, and I've read posts from people who went to that concert in Korea, and apparently the atmosphere of the concert near the end, it was like a funeral because people knew that people would graduate afterward.
Yeah.
Everyone was so sad, and she's on stage. On stage, she was like, "Oh, what do I want more than winning the lotto? I want to be together with my members."
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just proof, man.
I don't know. Okay, so they've been doing this since 2016, right?
Yeah.
On paper.
Right.
That's the debut date, April 9th, 2016. Was when we got the 6 cents thing, right? With
Right.
7
Fifth.
cents.
7 cents. All right, 7
Seven.
cents. Mabi, 7 cents.
Wong, wong, wong.
That's when we got that. I remember when that released. Me and
Yeah.
Warren were like, "Oh my god, this is
Yeah.
amazing!" Right?
I remember. Yeah.
That was like the most I've ever fanned out for like a guy group at that point.
Yeah.
Right. I remember we showed it. I was like, Anita, this is amazing. Right.
Yeah. I remember.
Yo, remember I was raving about the rapper kid too, and I was like, "Who's this?
Yeah.
That kid can rap?"
I still watch that the most out of all NCT content, personally.
Mm.
I think for me, it's still my favorite thing they've released. I feel like it's so watered down. I'm not saying the music is watered down, right? But I'm saying the whole NCT experience is so vast now, right? They got like the MCU going on where I can't pay attention to everything. I do know when specific songs are coming back, but for me, I'm like, when they say NCTU's coming back, I'm like, who's in that? Like, do you know what I'm
It
saying?
can change.
Right, like it could change, or I don't know specifically. I'm like, I'm gonna assume Mark is in it at least. Like that's right. Yeah, that's literally what I think. I'm like, is my boy Johnny in that? He's not, right? But and then like I'm a little bit confused. So whenever we have to cover a specific NCT thing, I have to relearn what that unit's about because I can't attribute it to just NCT, right? I don't know who I'm getting.
Right.
See, yeah, I just gave up on that. Whenever I see NCTU or 127 or Dream, I just see, all right, NCT something variation. Mark is in it. He's good at rapping. I'm gonna like the video.
Well, he hasn't been in NCT Dream for the last comeback, and not this one either. But.
No, I noticed that, and that's why I was like a little turned off. But that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it sucks for everyone. Sucks for fans, especially casuals like NCT casuals like myself and Warren, because we just get confused with what's going on. And for someone like Warren and I who have not to like toot our own horn, we have a decent knowledge of what's going on in K-pop. For us to be confused, what is the casual someone who's not even deep into K-pop supposed to think about what's going on, right?
It's just a bunch of good-looking boys doing good music. That's all it is. and I know they can be doing more. You know, like. And
it also sucks for someone like Anita who's big into this group because there's uncertainty, and uncertainty is the worst thing in K-pop when you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I really don't know what's gonna happen 3 years down the line, especially with just the NCT Dream unit. Like, just for the fact that they haven't released any new rookies, any new like people that could be in the Dream unit. I don't know. It's very I don't know. It's uncertain because you just don't know what you're gonna get.
And the other problem that SM faces is you have. Some of these groups are already pretty big, right? So like NCTU on paper has, let me see, say it has 10 members, right?
Oh my God.
You can't be like, let's say, even if they wanted to simplify what's going on in NCT, right? For some, like, I don't know, this is completely hypothetically speaking, right? Let's say, let's get rid of one of the units so we could simplify this. Then you're going to end up with groups with like 15 dudes, right? That's too many. So they're in such a weird position because all they can do is either maintain course or make this even more convoluted, right?
Right.
I don't know.
It's just a weird situation and kind of unprecedented because SM does have the resources to support 21 members in a thing. But at the same time, it's like, how are you going to go about doing that?
Nobody wants that, buddy.
All right. Well, that's our big discussion for this week.
I guess
I'm still very... what, Warren?
I mean, I do think it's good news that NCT Dream's gonna stay together, though.
Yo, no, I think that's the best news that comes out of this.
I'm glad for the fans. Like, I would have been dying if I were them, but like, you know, sorry.
It's like at the end of the day, I'm super excited for NCT Dream, plus the addition of Mark to stay together as a thing because I think the NCT Dream has a really cool thing going on, right?
Yeah.
And I just makes me the fact that they're saying there's gonna be new teams or new shuffles. That's the part where I'm like, what are we doing here, right? Like. But overall, we'll just have to see what happens. At the end of the day, April 29th, in 9 days, we're getting NCT Dream. So that's the best thing to come out of that.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Second big news thing for this week. It involves SM again. So SM and Cube are set to launch new platforms. So let's start with SM. SM Entertainment establishes a partnership with Naver to expand online communities such as Flagship on a global scale, as well as to enhance Korea's video contents business. That's what they've said.
You mean fanship, right?
Oh yeah, fanship on a global scale, as well as to enhance Korea's video contents business and etc. Naver is the parent company of V Live and V Fanship. The first collaboration project between SM and Naver will be a brand new live concert streaming service, Beyond Live via V Live. It's very confusing. So, all right.
Okay.
It's set to launch sometime in mid-April, and Beyond Live aims to bring fans the best quality digital content to viewers at home as if they were at the concerts in person. So from what I've read, it seems like it's going to be this platform where you get to watch concerts, but at like not even just a concert view, but I'm assuming very close view of what's going on.
Oh, wow.
Front row.
Something like that. So the first Beyond Live online concert is set to stream on April 26th, so not that far away, featuring Super M's Beyond the Future tour.
Super M.
Do you want to talk about this one, or do you want me to talk about both platforms?
No.
first?
We can talk about both first.
All right, so the second one is Cube Entertainment launches global fan platform UCube. The official fan platform will provide international fans who previously had difficulty accessing official Korea-focused fan cafes. So it's going to offer them translation services for various announcements and content. I think that's a great idea.
Interesting.
In addition,
yeah.
global fans will also be able to easily access public schedules and much more content.
That's nice.
Cube Entertainment houses artists including Jo Kwon, B2B, CLC, Pentagon, Lai Kwai Lin, Yusuno, and I-dle.
Wow.
All right, let's talk about the Cube one first because it's a little bit easier to talk about.
Right.
Actually, they're both pretty easy to talk about. So Cube, there's a whole culture behind fan cafes, right? Where you have to sign up. It's almost always in Korean. And a fan cafe is essentially a place where fans gather. There's content, but it's also in collaboration with the company, so they release news that way, right? That's essentially what's going on. I am in the I-dle fan cafe. It was a struggle to sign up. I had to ask Warren for help back in the day because you have to do it in Korean and you have to like prove, at least in the I-dle one, you had to prove that you're not a bot using like Korean answers.
Oh.
And I was so confused and they're like, your username isn't correct. I'm like, what do you mean it's not correct? Right? Like the fact that Cube is going to simplify that for international fans with in-house translation, I think is a great idea.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's nice. I mean, I get the cafe system. It's worked for years. It was a nice way to gather the Korean fans, gather them into a nice official controlled area, rather than, letting them go bucko on wherever they want. But if I think about anime, right? Because that's also a piece of culture that came from Asia and kind of has a following in America. When did I think it really blew up is when Crunchyroll and Funimation started importing a lot of shows, making that accessibility barrier a lot lower. And I think this is doing that, it's really taking advantage of the fact that they can provide official translation services online so that it reaches everybody. And now everybody can easily be a fan. You don't have to, rely on Google Translate to figure out the second birthday of, your favorite idol's dad's dog, You don't.
Yeah, they're like list the kids in birthday order and then what is the I-dle catchphrase? That was like the two questions I remember.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm like, if I struggle to do that with my level of Korean comprehension, it must be a struggle for a lot of people, right?
If you put a space in incorrectly, you would get denied.
If in some places, if you have like a number in your username, you'll get denied. Like there's certain like things, like each of them has their own rules. At the end of the day, I think that's great, and it's gonna allow Cube artists to get like a bigger international fan following, which is obviously the goal of this, right? Here's a funny thing. I used to think fan cafes were physical cafes. No, I'm serious. I used to think that if I went to Seoul, they'd be like back in the day, like a girls' generation cafe.
That would be nice.
Where you get a membership and then you're in the fan club. I'm serious.
You buy a physical card that has your name and picture on it.
Yeah, I thought like maybe there's an online fan cafe, but I thought it was all centered based on like a physical cafe.
That would be
I
cool.
thought this for like 4 years. I'm serious.
Oh, that's kind of cute, dog.
I was like, I could get. I didn't drink coffee at the time, but like I could visit the fan cafe. That was my whole thing. That
were you heartbroken when you found out that it's like an online thing only?
I was like, God damn it. That's honestly. But let's go back to the first one. So essentially, SM's gonna have like an in-house app where you can watch concerts live, right? I think that's a pretty smart idea. I wonder if it's gonna be completely free though. We don't have any of the details, right?
No.
I hope that it's more than just like you know how they show concerts on DVDs, right? There's a DVD of most concert tours, right? Like there might be a Twice Lights DVD eventually. I hope that they're not just showing that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope that they're doing something more. For me, like it feels like, so recently we're going to talk about it in the next section, but like there was Bang Bang Con with BTS this past weekend where they essentially just showed like 8 concerts, right? I think that's cool, but I'm hoping that since they're launching a whole platform, they do another step in this.
Something extra.
Yeah. Like maybe they have like, per se, like we have cameras set up in these 5 locations and you could pretend to be sitting in one of these locations. Something like that. Or you get a better behind the scenes look at what's going on at the concert, right?
Right.
Oh, backstage.
Things like that. I hope that they do that. But for SM to pair with Naver, that's pretty big, right?
Yeah, it's for any of you guys who don't know, Naver is the biggest like online portal in Korea.
It's Korean Google, essentially.
Search engine.
Yeah.
And we know how popular V Live has become. It's like it's its own thing in K-pop now.
Yeah.
V Lives.
Right.
And it's cool. I'm interested to see what happens going forward because obviously SM's humongous player in the game. Naver and V Live are humongous player in the games. It can only be more content for us. So as fans, we are going to be the ones benefiting from this.
It's perfect for the quarantine time.
Yeah.
Exactly. But talking about quarantine, let's move on to continued COVID-19 coronavirus coverage. So unfortunately, the number of coronavirus cases in Korea has risen to a total over 10,674. It's very low. Let's just put it. They had only like, I think the number was in the teens, new cases yesterday.
Oh,
That's it.
That's good.
And only 236 reported deaths. I think only 2 additional people died yesterday. So their numbers are very low at the time of this recording. Very different than what's going on in America at the moment. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
So in terms of relevant articles from the past week, so the first one, Super M performed as a part of Lady Gaga's online music benefit concert titled One World Together at Home. The SM supergroup joined artists including Taylor Swift, Shawn Mendes, and more to raise money for coronavirus outbreak relief support. And the event raised more than $35 million and took place between April 14th and 18th. That's awesome.
That's good.
Wow.
Second one, as I mentioned earlier, BTS held the Bang Bang Con online from April 18th to 19th for fans to pass the time with past BTS concerts. On the Discord, me, Wolf, Nuna, Rhea, Wolf's sister Sophie, we all watched this. It was kind of funny. They were kind of singing while we were watching it. Let's just say some people have good voices. Some people may not.
Whoa!
Just gonna throw that out
Way
there.
to call them out.
Y'all can decide who has the good voices and who doesn't.
Let's move on.
Let's talk about Corona a little bit. What are we on, like week 5 or 6 of quarantine at this point?
Something like that.
Yes.
Something like that.
I'm going a little bit crazy out here. All right. I mean, it's not like I'm going crazy. It's like obviously like too many snacks, right? Although this kind of rough. I've been exercising, but obviously not like I don't have a full weight set here. And like my favorite working out is picking up heavy things and putting them down. So I've had to change up. I do like I haven't gained any weight, but I like walk on a treadmill once in a while. I do some like body weight like push-ups and body squats, but that's not fun for me. You know what I mean?
Your home training isn't entertainment for you.
No, it's not entertaining. I like to go lift up the heavy things for like 45 minutes to an hour, exert myself extremely, lift heavy things, and then go home, right?
And then look in the mirror at your own butt, which is very nice butt you have there.
Maybe you're speaking for yourself here, sir. Some things are opening up already in our country. I heard Georgia released a list of a lot of things that are opening up, including like bowling alleys.
What?
I don't know, fam. As someone with a public health degree, I think we should be safer than sorry. Like, I'd rather us spend more time not opening up things to ensure the safety of everyone than to do it too soon. Because it's always the what if, what happens, right?
Yeah.
In terms of being, like, as I said, I'm going a little crazy. I find myself to be a little bit more irritable lately.
Aww.
It's like I'm stuck in the same. I feel I am not a claustrophobic person, but like, there's not much to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, It's like, how many days can I sit on my computer all day, right? And watch things or play some games, right? Like, I don't know. The weather's getting nicer finally, so I'm gonna be taking more walks outside. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I think the main thing I've learned is like how much even though I'm not the type of person who goes on these giant outdoor adventures all the time, right? I am a homebody. I now realize the importance of going outside. At a minimum, like the little things we took for granted now. Now I can't be like, I'm just gonna go to the mall and window shop. That's not a thing right now, right?
Right.
Or I'm not gonna go like visit my grandma and hang out with her, or, like things like that. You just take things for granted. Even like, as I've said earlier, like my family, we own a business. We're not open for like at all right now, right? Like, kind of a big oof overall. How you guys been doing though?
You know, I've been hanging it. I'm pretty much the same. I would also say I'm a little more irritable. I mean, you know, it's those. It's, you know, I end up with those days where, like, you know, like during the weekends, for example, I have nothing planned, so I just end up being lazy and doing nothing for the entire like weekend, and like, you know, days go by and it's like, what did I do? What did I achieve?
You feel I feel so unproductive too.
Yeah, it's I feel like I feel like a sack of oil, you know, just like
what?
a sack of lard.
I get what I completely understand
you see what I'm saying? Like I've been doing push-ups as well, right? But like
you feel just like, all right, I'm just gonna sit here and vegetate and be like, okay.
I mean, that being said, we're in an interesting time right now. I'm learning new things about, you know, the way we react to certain things, to certain changes that we didn't want. And it's a difficult time. It's a difficult time. And I don't really want to get political in our podcast, but I do want to say I hope that we all get out of this really well. I hope that the best things happen and everyone gets out safely at the other end, regardless of what you're doing right now, regardless of, you know, what kind of stance you're taking regarding this entire situation. Michigan. Yeah.
Warren's in Michigan. There's like protesting, which I think is kind of this is me. I won't get fully political. I think it's kind of dumb. That's all I'm gonna say. Anita, you have a pretty large family, right?
Yeah.
Have y'all been together cohabitating?
Oh man.
Well, I guess we're trying to make the best of it. I think, since everybody's back home, I'm just spending more time with my siblings that I don't really get to see during the school year.
And that's a big thing for you guys. I know that.
Yeah. So it's been, I don't know. I think we've been trying to be more positive and do things creatively. Like our sleeping schedule is really messed up, but
bro,
it's fun.
I had to fix my schedule. So last night I took some Tylenol PM. I conked out for like 11 hours straight. It was
oh my god,
bro. I was so comatose. Like, we could have started the nuclear war. I wouldn't have been up for that. I would not have woken up. I was a rock last night.
Oh man.
Overall though, it's like I think we've claimed Clean Hand Gang enough, right? I think everyone who's listening to us knows that. Everyone stay safe. Yeah. If you are bored, hang out on our Discord, I guess. We're there and we're dumb, so it'll be entertaining at the minimum. But let's move on to the quick takes. All right, first one. Twice Sees the Light premieres on April 29th on YouTube. So the documentary will unveil the journey of how 9 members became Twice, from the years of trainees overcoming the hardships of stress and pressure to becoming one of the most popular K-pop girl groups and embarking on the Twice Lights World Tour. So this is a YouTube series. It's coming out on the 29th. It looks great. A lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. That should be fun. Next, RM revealed that BTS has begun working on their next album. He stated on the Bangtan TV YouTube channel, "I'm sure many of you have guessed by now, we are going to be releasing another album. We've begun preparing for it. We're going to be sharing the preparation process with you. No details have been decided as of now. We're just starting to talk about it."
Wow.
That's pretty cool. I mean, when they're probably stuck there too. So what are you gonna do? Make music. That's like one of the hobbies, right?
Yeah.
Former 21 member Minji revealed that she has left Musicworks. She was having some issues with them, so hopefully everything works out for her. Former Kara member and actress Seungyeon has signed an exclusive contract with YGX, which is YG's acting label.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Interesting choice.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. That's not expected.
That is unexpected. That's all the quick takes. Honestly, there is the trickle of K-pop news has occurred. We have very little news because not much is going on.
Yeah.
Well, what are we going to do? There's not much we could do, but we will continue to cover what does come out. But just know that our threshold of news might lower a little bit because we need content, right?
Hi, this is Warren. I was editing the podcast this week, and looks like we have some breaking news. Looks like Kihyun from Monsta X and Bona from Cosmic Girls have been dating for 5 years. My goodness. Right as of right now, it hasn't been confirmed. But if it's true, that's crazy news. I don't know. We'll cover it next week. Also, on the side of Red Velvet, looks like Irene and Sugi might be coming back with a duo unit. Man, that's also really exciting. We'll have to see. We'll have to see next week. We'll see what happens. Super exciting news. That's it. Bye. Thank you.
All right, finally, Warren hit us with them comebacks and releases. There's still a lot of them, though.
I'll just clear my throat. Yeah.
Okay, Corona Kid, continue.
H&D Hangul and Dohyun from PDX 101 coming back tomorrow or yesterday on April 21st.
I think
Tuesday.
it is actually their official debut. So
Wow,
I could be wrong with that, though.
April 22nd, Wednesday, coming back is April.
Mm-hmm.
April 23rd, Thursday, coming back is Solar. She was bald. I don't know if you guys saw, but she bald. Also coming back that day is Hotfelt. We haven't heard from her in a while, you know. April 27th on Monday, we're gonna have Chungha with the pre-release for her next big thing. Maybe an album. I don't know. Other confirmed comeback news in the near future. NCT Dream is coming back on April 29th. Astro is coming back on May 4th. Newest is coming back on May 11th. Day6 is also coming back on May 11th. Twice confirmed for sometime in June, and Haseong confirmed for sometime in the near future.
So twice in June. People were reporting June. JYP said they're coming back. We're not gonna promise a date though, so it seems like it's June. In terms of Solar being bald, which Anita was confused about, in the in the teaser photos, she's bald.
Like bald, not a buzz cut.
Bald.
Oh.
But she's not actually bald. There was a behind the scenes. It's a bald cap, and it was just for the teaser photos. I was down for her to do it though.
Yeah,
I thought it would be crazy.
Wow.
That was dope. I saw the pictures. I was like, wow.
So there's a behind the scenes on her YouTube channel. It's a bald cap. It's just a little disappointing.
Choice, though.
I was hoping she was gonna shave her head during the music video or something like legendary.
But head shave video.
I thought it would have been legendary. But
Oh man.
other than that, let's get the state of the nation now. 3 things for me. I mentioned I watched Bang Bang Con with some of the homies. That was pretty cool. Youth with You. I'm watching it. It's crazy town. Really high level stuff. I have not watched the most recent episode, but there was an elimination.
Oh man.
So it is getting spicy.
I've heard good things about this girl named Kiki.
Yep, Kiki, she's number 2. She's number 1 in many people's hearts. Let's just put it that way. Really talented. The last one, Dancing I-dle, right?
Yeah.
That thing with Shindong and Yua hosting. They have certain groups like Cherry Bullet and One Punch of the Rocket is on that show. Episode 1 dropped. It's all on YouTube. I have not watched episode 1 yet, but this is just a reminder to go watch it.
Yeah.
Additionally, I did not start a drama yet. I completely missed out on that. But it's between Itaewon Class and the other one that's about North Korea. I forgot.
Crash Landing
on You. I'm still undecided on those. We'll see what happens. But Warren, what have you been doing in the world of K-pop?
Dancing I-dle. I haven't seen the full episode, but I did see the parts with Rocket Punch in it. There was a 7-minute highlight clip. They covered Sangnamja by BTS. I don't know what the English title.
Oh, I did see that.
It's the one. It's like Begopa.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't know it as a BTS song until recently.
What?
because there's an SNL skit in Korea, where Kim Junhyun, does very like masculine things while that song is playing, and I was like, oh, it's Kim Junhyun's theme song.
So Kim Joo-hyun is if you remember from what was it, Hotel de Luna, it was the comedian that IU was obsessed with on that show. He's the big guy who eats a lot, right?
Yeah.
And he had this whole skit where he was a macho man and he would wear like a, what do you call it, an undershirt, the tank top thing. And he would like do ridiculous things, and that was his theme song. So I guess that's where Warren's getting the connection.
He would eat chicken very masculinely.
Yep, I remember that.
That was very funny. Anyways,
I can't believe you didn't know Sangnamja was their song.
Look, it came out when I wasn't listening to K-pop, all right? Like I didn't know. So, Yeonhee and Suyun, shout out to my dad just walking in the background again. Yeonhee and Suyun, won MVP on that thing. So just wanted to shout out. And that kind of sent me on like a nostalgia trip. I mean, because I people were posting photos from 1 year ago. Because back then Juri was the only public member of Rocket Punch. And she was like learning Korean, like writing, practice writing in their apartment in Japan. And I was very nostalgic. I was very nostalgic. We've come a long path.
I'm like really proud of her.
I'm very proud of her. Her Korean has improved so much. I'm so proud of her. That's one thing that happens in terms of what I'm listening to these days, and I'm kind of moving away from the pop phase. I'm not gonna lie. I had my fair bit of angsty teenage Japanese rock about first love, in your second year of high school. Now I'm listening to a lot of rap. I think I mentioned last week, Detox by Bill Stacks, aka Trap Daddy, aka Thursday.
Okay.
Good man.
Can I make a hip hop recommendation? I know I'm gonna do this. Yeah. All right. There's a crew including EK called NBA. They have a song called Trap House.
Welcome to my Shillendong.
That might be my favorite Korean rap, like hip hop song.
Such good energy. If you like choreo, I'm sure you'll like the video too. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
The boy EK, he don't look like he could dance, but boy, can that boy dance.
He can dance. So
go check out NBA's Trap House. Oh my! I don't like hip hop all that much. I like that song though. Okay.
But just putting that out there. It's April 20th. You know what that means. I don't smoke, but there are people who celebrate. And Detox happens to be an album that does celebrate those things. It's a good album. There's a song called TNF in it. Man, such a catchy song. In terms of other stuff, I meant to watch Kingdom, but I didn't. Instead, because my friend was
no, it's not out yet. It's just the like teasers and stuff.
You mean the drama though, right?
The drama Kingdom on
the
Netflix.
Zombies.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant Road to Kingdom.
No.
K-pop thing.
The drama Kingdom.
The drama that I've seen. Okay.
Yeah, because you guys are raving about it, so I was like, probably watch it. You
might not like it though.
Account. I don't know. I mean, I should at least give it a shot.
Are you a stickler for like plot holes?
Not really. I mean, they kind of annoy me, but like I'll still watch the thing.
You're gonna have to suspend disbelief for a lot of the season 2 stuff that happens.
Look, I've seen a lot of badly written anime. I think I'll get past that. But instead, so I was gonna do it, and then my friend texted me, and he was like, "Yo, I'm about to get a Disney Plus account. You want to join in?"
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh man, I guess I'm not watching Kingdom anymore. I watched The Mandalorian instead."
Hey, Baby Yoda.
I know I'm late on the hype train. I know it aired like a couple months back already. Fun fact about me, I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Yes, humongous.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like humongous like. Did you guys know that like Gungan's when born in like I'm not the type that goes deep into the lore.
The midichlorians.
His midichlorian count was a little too low, and no, I'm not that guy. I hope nobody gets offended by that. Here's the thing, but I did grow up with Star Wars as a part of my childhood. The subreddit that I visit the most is very easily the prequel memes. Good stuff. And then The Mandalorian dropped a couple months ago, and I've been meaning to watch it, but I was lazy because I was like, I gotta sign up for this thing that I'm not a part of.
Yeah.
A couple bucks a month, like what, $13 a month? And then my friend was like, yo, let's split this account. So I was like, all right, bet. That being said, that's illegal. Don't do it. But I did it. What can I say? Please don't sue me. It's a good show. Baby Yoda, very cute. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I'm very excited for season 2.
Can I petition something?
Sure, yeah.
This upcoming Halloween episode, which we'll eventually have, can you be the Mandalorian? We're gonna have to find a helmet to fit your big head. So.
Oh man, yeah. I don't got a lot of helmets to fit my head. I'll be honest.
All right, well we'll find one. I'm gonna find one for you.
Mandalorian helmet. I bet there's.
You know how they got sizes? They're gonna be like small, medium, big ass head. That's you, fam.
Yeah, I'll take the XL. Oh man.
I think it'd be hilarious if we wore more like an armor suit on the podcast. You know, it's gonna be a very popular costume this coming year.
It's gonna be the Joker this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Joker.
Oh yeah.
Doug, I'll do it if you become Yoda.
Oh,
Yoda.
God damn it! All right, I'll consider it.
Oh man.
Bro, I have to drink soup then. God damn it!
Oh yes.
Why do you?
Yes.
One of his
What do you
things
mean
is he
soup?
drinks soup.
No,
does.
he drinks bone broth. That's different.
That's soup. All right.
No.
Is that it for you though?
It could be cold, just putting that out there. But yeah, that's it for me.
All right, Anita, what have you been up to?
I had 3 things that I wanted to talk about. One of them is a song, another one is a YouTube channel, and another one is a drama. So the first one is a song that I heard a while back, and I heard because I was curious because this artist was popping off and people were referencing him, and he kind of got turned into a meme. You might guess who it might be. Hip hop artist wears grills.
There's a lot of those, Anita.
But he's like a 31-year-old. I just so I was listening to Don't Call Me.
Don't call me.
Yes. So I listened to it, and okay, so it's not a new song to me. I listened to it, I think, when it was pretty recent, so last year around this time. But I guess I didn't quite get the hype at the time. I guess 1 year later, I kind of got into it again, and I have to say, it's not like a super amazing, like show-stopping song, but it's so catchy. It's like the perfect structure for like the call and response type of thing in live shows, and I saw a lot of like reactions. I think I saw a video where he performed for like a high school or middle school graduation, and the kids in the audience were going crazy. So that's the kind of listener, I guess, that really enjoyed his music. But I guess I also want to say that his voice is very distinguishable. I would say, like, it's very interesting. I feel like he doesn't seem to be trying too hard to be singing like super well, but it still sounds really good. Like, it suits what he's doing, like the music he's doing. So props to him. I think he's definitely one of the most how should I say, like, it people in the music industry, or at least K hip hop at the moment.
Anita, he won Artist of the Year last year.
Exactly. Yeah.
Artist of the Year. that you know who won Artist of the Year before that? Jay Park.
There you go.
It was Jay Park twice, and now it's Yumta. I feel like that's just something.
That's where we are right now.
That's yeah. You gotta get that.
Yeah, so check it out. I mean, I'm pretty sure some people have heard of him if you're into hip hop, K hip hop. But definitely check them out. I feel like they are kind of labeled as a meme because of how they perform, how they dress. But I think they're quite talented. I'll be honest. I think I give them a second chance this time around.
I gotta fix myself real quick. It was Jay Park won in 2017 and 18, and then The Quiet won in 2019, and this year it was Yumta. So I'm just gonna put that out there. They're on the same level now, Jay Park, The Quiet.
I see it. I see it now. I think. Yeah.
Doug is a hater. Clearly, he doesn't get it. Small brain man over here.
Small brains.
Second thing I wanted to mention. So I've already kind of mentioned this YouTube channel, but it's Choi Young-jun's choreographer. He's done stuff for Produce.
He's the
48.
rumor teacher, right?
Yes. Yeah, he got famous for that. So he has a YouTube channel where he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes with groups that he works with and kind of explains his process as a choreographer. I don't know. I just want to shout him out again because I saw some of his more recent videos, and he did mention some stuff of like how he got into choreography and being a dancer and just the industry in general. I didn't know he had been in a crew with Yuno from DBSK.
Really?
So
What?
they knew each other way back then. He got like his huge break with Shinhwa, choreographing for them. And then that later led to like working with 17 and other groups. So really, really interesting stuff. Very, very hard worker. I think like seeing that video where he was explaining his journey, just I don't know, it just gave me more admiration to the work that he does. I also saw that he did stuff with MCND, which is the song group we covered last
Really?
week.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think he did work with their debut song Ice
Ice
Age.
Age.
Yeah, so it's very, very interesting. And he's been working with CIX as well. So I don't know, just very, very cool stuff that he's putting out. I really like that more choreographers are doing YouTube stuff where they discuss who they work with, what it was like, and kind of reveal insider stuff about that side of K-pop, which I think is really cool. And then the last thing I want to mention was a drama that I started watching on Netflix. So this drama came out 3 years ago in 2017. It's called Save Me, the English title. Yes. Maybe, I don't know if it was like a huge hit back when it came out, but it touches on the topic of a religious cult and how it affects a family and stuff that goes on in this kind of rural town in South Korea. So for me, I kind of found out about this by accident because I was watching a YouTube video that talked about like how cults worked in from a survivor's perspective, and they were kind of reviewing like films and TV shows that depicted cults. And somebody in the comments mentioned like, "Oh my gosh, you guys should check out this drama because it deals with that topic." So I found it very interesting, especially because if you have some knowledge of religious cults or kind of like history of that kind of stuff in Korea, it's very interesting. And I don't know, I watched the first episode, and they haven't quite explained what's going on yet, but I don't know. I guess I found it interesting because the story as a whole takes place outside of Seoul, outside of a big city, and I feel like that's kind of rare sometimes in dramas. Like you can very much tell like the dialect they use. So I don't know. I found it interesting. It is a little slow, and I would say that the acting is not like the best.
Oh no.
But I don't know. I find it interesting.
Isn't the main actor Ok Tae-gyun from 2PM?
It is.
Yeah, he's the main actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think as a how should I say it? As a cultural, I guess, learning experience is very interesting because it's talking about stuff that I'm not too familiar with, and it takes place in a place that I don't think is shown a lot in dramas. And I guess maybe I'm focusing more in like the form of speech, like how they talk and what people do for a living. Like I think it's more of a rural place, and they have like cattle, and like one of the main characters has to work in that industry. So I don't know. It's very interesting. I think I'm gonna continue watching just to figure out what's going on, but it's very, I guess, refreshing for me because it's not something I've seen before.
Or you could watch Baby Yoda eat some soup in The Mandalorian.
I will watch The Mandalorian for sure.
Here's the thing. Save Me did win a lot. They did get a lot of praise for how good the drama is. Yeah, but it's considered the best drama to come out of that channel, which is OCN. They've done a lot of dramas in the past. So, that says something.
I don't know if it's for me though. A little probably too slow paced because I like
Yeah.
action. I like action.
It's a little
action, action.
slower.
Yeah, you should watch this Mandalorian guy. Oh man,
Bro, I've already
he
seen
shoots
a lot
guns.
of it. But I think that wraps up everything. We thought this was gonna run short this week. It actually isn't.
All right.
Just gonna throw
Alright.
that out there because this
Okay.
the second segment's like hour 10 minutes already. But
Oh what? Really?
it is, yes.
Oh, man.
But this has been Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop. I'm Doug. I like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me today. K-pop news may be trickling down, but we are still here in full effect. But we'll see y'all next time when we review some songs. At a minimum, I'm thinking probably April, Solar, Chungha at a minimum. So those should be pretty cool. But we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Rocket punch,
Bye.
rocket punch, rocket punch. That's what Warren normally says.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons: Cypher, Gogu Mama, Jack, Jacob, Malfiar, NJ Parks, Pure K-pop Sound, Nab Wilson, Tier. Thank you for joining SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Malfiar, No Bias Nuna, Tuggles, V, and Wolf297.